Studies show that couples who set relationship goals are actually 42% more likely to stay together and be more happier longer term. So in this video, I'm going to share 3 tips which most couples overlook but actually will guarantee a more successful, happy and connected relationship. And so the first one is a monthly check-in. So the reason for a monthly check-in is because in a relationship, especially when people are living together, even if people aren't living together, we kind of just get in the habit of taking things for granted, just living day in and day out, and kind of you fall into your own little habits of coming home from work, having food on the sofa, watching a film or watching TV or playing your game. Whatever it is, most people fall into this trap. But what the monthly check-in does, it means that you're kind of regularly reviewing your relationship. So you can choose whatever is going to be best for you. So it could just be in your check-ins, what's worked? Like, what are 1 to 3 things that has happened in the last month that you really, really loved, you appreciated, and you'd like me to do the following month? Is there anything fun that you want to plan to do together as a couple in the next month coming up? Is there anything where you haven't felt supported that you think I could support you better? If so, how? Whatever. There's so many things that you can put on there. But the reason, again, for this is that you're not just taking the relationship for granted, and you are intentionally checking in and working together and just making sure that rather than waiting for things to get too late and big cracks in the relationship, you're actually there and going to be able to heal them and fix them as they come up. So these small repairs, if you think about it like a crack in your windscreen, so much easier to deal with it as it comes up and while it's still small, rather than waiting for this massive crack. Because what happens is a lot of couples, they end, but actually the relationship was over 2, 3, 4, 5 years before, but people just continue to go on. So this will stop that. So the next one on the list is setting relationship goals. So the reason for setting relationship goals is, even if you're an individual and you have your goals for life, those kind of people definitely have a better life. They're more likely at succeeding because they have a direction in what they're going in. And the same is for a relationship. Having goals for your relationship, even if it's, okay, in this next year, let's make sure we go to 3 new places. Or these are the fun things that we want to experience as a couple. Or this repeating argument that we have, let's dig deeper on this so that this doesn't keep coming up in our relationship. Whatever it is, it's just setting goals together so you know that you're both moving in the same direction and that the relationship is. So most couples end up in completely different books, but this will help you to stay in the same book and on the same page and just working together so you've both got a joint goal. Okay, so the last one on the list is non-toxic communication. This is so important because so many people fall into that trap of just speaking so cruel and mean and horrible to their partners, literally worse than something that they've stepped in. Or even if it's not speaking to them in certain ways, it's just ignoring them for days on end. That's still very toxic. And it's also very unhealthy and very damaging for the relationship. So learning to communicate in a non-toxic way. So rather than you've done this or you've done that, you said this, it's about, I can acknowledge within myself that when this happened, I felt like this and I didn't feel good, or I could acknowledge in myself of just feeling unsettled when you spoke to me in this way. I wonder if you could, try not to do that. Or I I don't know. You have to have boundaries. So firstly, if somebody is speaking to a certain way that isn't respectful, you kind of need to ask yourself, why am I allowing that? But also about tooling yourself up, both of you, in your relationship so that you can have more loving, caring, non-violent, compassionate and conscious conversations and engaging with each other. You know, problems are always going to come up in a relationship, but how you talk them through, how you handle them is so vital. And just imagine your relationship is like a block of Jenga, the game Jenga, you know, where you've got 3 blocks and another 3, then another 3 stacked up. Every time one of you speaks in a toxic way or just toxic behaviors, you're taking a block out of that Jenga. What is going to happen over the years or even over a shorter period of time? It's going to fall. Same as your relationship. So just imagine every time you are able to converse with your partner in a loving, caring, empathetic way, you're actually nurturing this Jenga block and helping to build, and you're making them bigger and stronger so that when things do come outside of the relationship, that actually you've got a stronger base, a stronger foundation, and that you are adding to it rather than taking it away. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video here. Share anything that you do in your relationship that you think that all other couples should at least give a go. Sharing is caring. Anyway, so much love, so much blessing. Thank you so much. Bye.